Okay, save. Now right now active sheet is accounts. Let me close this. I don't know. Name of the object is, let me import again and do it. Or so WB is equal to open py excel dot load workbook of what it is, the file name workbook 1.xlsx. No such file or directory. Workbook 1, sorry. Workbook 1. And then now I go for creating the sheet. Okay, let me say WB dot what it is for getting the sheets. So WB dot get sheets, sheet names, get sheets name, okay, get sheet names. Okay, that does not sheet names. Okay, now I am getting. Okay, I have obtained the names of the sheets now. Now I'll just go for displaying the I'll just ask it to access the active sheet. So let me copy paste, otherwise I'll make mistakes. So Control C, this one. Oh my god. Okay, let me do get sheet by name. I think it is done. It has taken the active sheet, and now I have to say sheet. Okay, the active sheet is accounts. Okay, it is selected. Next, what I have to do, if I just say sheet dot title, it will tell me accounts. Now I want to change this. Sheet dot title is equal to some new name, A B C. It is changed. Now if I say dot title, so it has changed to ABC. I can also go for doing sheet now, or WB, this one, WB dot get sheet names. Okay, two WBs have come. WB dot get sheet names. You can see now the accounts is changed to ABC. Next. So this is the first writing operation what you have understood. Now after doing this, see, so till now it is changed, but it is not yet saved. Okay. So if I just open this, see, you can see still accounts it is. So why still accounts? It is not yet changed. Why not changed? Because so I have not permanently saved it. Okay. So but here when I ran the program, so it is all with respect to this program. So it has obtained the name as accounts earlier. Now I've changed it from accounts to ABC. This is still at the program level, and this is not yet reflected into your Excel file. Now, how do you get this reflected into the Excel file? So, by saving. Until and unless you don't save, so it will not be permanently saved. What I'm doing now, so wb.save, so example, so I'm saving it as a totally different file, okay, or else you can go for updating the same if you want. So I'll just save this, okay. So let me copy this. Now after doing, I have to say save. So shall I go for saving it as a different copy? Yeah, let me save it as a different copy first, and later we'll try to update the same. Now it is saved. Now if I go here, where to Python, open and scroll down. Let me select all files. I go to see example copy. This is the new file created. Now if I open this, contains a mixed end of line character. Spider will fix this. Oh, okay, it's trying to get open in, okay, this I can't open it here in the Spider. No, I have to open it in the Excel. Example copy. Let me open it in Excel. See, this is changed to ABC. Now if I run the same again, and instead of this example copy, if I, so this I've already opened it, I think it should work. Let me see. So otherwise it will ask me to close this file. Before saving, it is necessary for you to close the file which is opened. Now what I do, I give it as workbook 1. Okay, permission denied. Why permission denied? Because it is open. Now I have to close this. Okay, now I have closed. Now it is done. Okay, now if I go and open all files, this workbook 1, even the accounts here will be changed to open with Excel. See, accounts is workbook 1, accounts is changed to ABC. Hello, is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you understood how to save the workbook now. So you can go for saving the same file again, update or overwrite the same file again, or else if you want to save it as a totally different file, so then within the save you give a different name, correct? No? So then it gets saved as a different copy. Now creating and removing the sheet. Okay. So till now you people understood how to open an existing sheet and how to read from the existing sheet and how to write to the existing sheet. So but anyway, we have not still discussed how to write to the shell. So what we have discussed is how to change the sheet name. Okay, later we will discuss it. So next is how to create and remove the sheets. Okay, say I'm just again workbook, I'm calling get sheets, and this is the sheet, only one sheet is there. Now I want to create a one more sheet, wb.create sheet. This is the method which we use on the workbook object, invoke create sheet method. See, so this is the existing one, so there is a new sheet created now, and it by default takes the sheet 1. Now if I call this once again, so it's going to create you sheet 2. Now after creating this sheet, I'm invoking get sheet names. So you can see there are 2 sheets in my workbook. Okay, now we'll quickly do this. Now I'll use the same workbook 1 for this purpose. I get the sheet names first. Sheet names, okay, WB is representing workbook 1 right now. See, ABC, balance and transfer, these are the sheets. Next I go for creating one more new sheet. See, one more sheet is created. Since I don't have a sheet with the name sheet, it has created sheet. So if I call this again, it's going to create another sheet with the name sheet 1. So sheet 1 is created. Now let me get the sheets of my workbook. You can see sheet 1 and sheet 1, they are added. Next is, okay, now say in case the sheets which I have added now, sheet and sheet 1, they are added at the end. Okay, so even if I save and open, let me save it. Okay, let me save this. So is it open? Yes, it is open. I have to close this. Now I'll go for saving it. So it is saved. Now let me open. See, sheet and sheet 1 are added. These two were not there earlier. Now they are added. Now I don't want this as the third sheet. 1, 2, 3, so fourth sheet. So I want to make this as the first sheet and this as the second sheet. So that is also possible. Okay. Now how? Like this. Say I want to make a new sheet with the name first sheet, and I want this to be present as the first sheet. Okay, the index 0. So this is what one more parameter you have to pass while creating the sheet. Okay, now we'll do this. We'll try to create it because we don't have any sheet with the name first sheet in our workbook. I want to create one more new sheet with the first sheet, and I want it to be the first among all of them. Say first sheet is created. Now if I just again invoke get sheet names, see first sheet is the first sheet. Even if I save and open my workbook, it's the same thing you'll see. Okay, next. So and if you want, I want this middle sheet to be created as the second sheet in my workbook, then index is 2. Okay, middle sheet is created. Now I go for calling get sheet names. See, yeah, this is at the 0 and this is at 1 and this is at 2 because I told the index as 2. Now middle sheet is created at the index 2 and it is inserted. Like this you can go for inserting any new page wherever you want just by specifying the index. Okay, and that is fine. I think you understood now how to create the sheets. So next thing what we understand is how do we remove the sheet. Okay, now again, so I am performing get sheet names, I get all these sheets, and then remove sheet is the method. For creating the sheet it is create sheet, and for removing the sheet is again remove sheet. Okay, and you got to pass the name of the sheet. So again I am saying wb.getSheet by name, and this is what the sheet I am passing. Okay, or otherwise you create the object of the sheet and you pass that object as parameter to this, and we have done everything in one line. That's all. Okay, we'll go for doing this now. So since let me do it step by step. instead of doing it in one line. Now I want to remove the first sheet now. Let me get the sheet object. S is equal to this, I have to remove, and I'll make this as the first sheet. So first sheet. Okay, I press enter. Now the first sheet object is created. Now this object I'll be passing it as parameter to wb dot remove sheet. So yes, I'll pass. Now the sheet is removed. Now if I go for executing the get sheets names, see the first sheet is not there, which was earlier. Now it is not there. Okay, so you understood how to remove the sheet also. Understood now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then if you want, now I'm not saving it. If you want, you can go for saving. Okay, you can go for updating the same copy, or else you can go for saving it as a different copy. Now writing values to the cell. So after understanding how to create a new sheet, how to remove a sheet, so now we are trying to understand how to write a value to the cell. Again, even for writing the value to the cell, you require this import and workbook. Say for example, you want to create a new file, so then you can just do like this. I'm not passing anything here. If you're interested in opening an existing workbook, you have to pass it. So if you want to create a new workbook, just call like this. It creates a new workbook, and WB will be the object for it. Where it is going to create? It is going to create inside your present working directory. And then I'm getting the sheet because by default when the workbook is created, there will be one sheet with the name sheet. So I'm trying to get that sheet, and I'm trying to access the A1 shell of that particular sheet and assign this value there. Okay, so we'll try to do this now. So I'll just try to do this. So okay, this should create a new workbook for me. So we'll check whether it is created or not. Okay, until and unless I save, I don't think I can see it. I cannot see, I think, until I save this. Let me continue, and at the end let me save it. Okay, or let me call wb.saveNav itself with the name, some name. Let me give wb1. Okay, wb1.xlsx. Okay, it is saved. Now if I go and open, say wb1 is created. Okay, next what I do, now I want to access the sheet's name, wb dot I'll just press up arrow, get sheet names. So this is the default sheet. Now I want to access sheet. One second. Yeah. I need to get that sheet. How do I get it? Like this. This is the name of the sheet. I want to get it. I'm getting it. I've got it. Next I go for sheet of, I'm accessing the cell A1 is equal to, I've written my name. Okay, so now I can even go for printing it, sheet of A1 Oh, okay, it prints the object. I have to say dot value, sorry. So value is this. Now I have to save it before, if I want to check that in the file, Excel file. Okay, let me save it. Yeah, it is saved. So now I can go so WB1 see, this is the WB1 Excel, this is the sheet, and in the A1 cell you can see my name written. Okay, so like this you can go for writing the cells. If you want to write multiple cells, then again you can access the range, you can run the for loop, and you can go for writing. Next, okay, here you understood how to write the cell within a sheet. Now this is also more important, okay, because the important things you got to highlight within your spreadsheet. How do you highlight the important things within your spreadsheet? Setting the font style of the cells. How to set the font style of the shell. Excuse me for a while. Yes, sorry. So now how to, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Set the font style of a cell. So this also you can do. For doing this, so you got to import this. Open py excel.styles module. Okay. Now from this module, you got to import font and style. Okay. Now if you import something like this, then you can easily write it. Say font dot method. So if you just say import open py excel.styles, then every time to call font you have to write something like this, open py excel.styles.font. Now if you do like this, then you can go for invoking any method directly on the font itself. Okay. Now here if you look into this example, see workbook object I am creating, getting the sheet, all these things you know. Now I want to set the font size to 24 and the style to italic. So I am setting it to true. So this is the font style object created now. Italic 24 font, and then I am creating the style object, style font is equal to this. This object you have to pass here. So this sequence you got to remember. So first create the font object and pass that font object as the parameter to font, okay, and get the style object. Okay, get the style object. Now if I want to change the sheet A, okay, so the cell A in the sheet, okay, to style this is how I do it. So sheet A, this is which A column dot style slash style object if you say, and anything which you write in that particular column will take this font style. Hope you understood. Hello. Now we'll go and do this. Okay. Let me import this first. Import cannot import the name style. I think I have to install it separately. I have not done that. So open py excel.style. Sorry, this module I don't have. I have not installed. So let me install and show you in the next class this part. Tell me whether you understood it or not. So this is easy.
Yes, sir, we got it.
Yeah. And font objects, okay, this is the name is there, and then font name you can specify whether you need Times Roman, whatever you want, and size is there. Size we already used it, okay, here. And then bold, you can make it bold, and italic also we used here. So these are a few things, the font objects, okay. And this is another example. So see here, you can see the font name, what I am using is Times Roman, and I want it as a bold, and so passing this font object as parameter to style and getting the style object. I am calling the same style object on everything. See, this style object is assigned to this cell, and whenever I write something to this cell, it takes this style and font. And similarly for the other one. And formulas. So you understood how to use the font and style, and next is the formulas. So when I say a spreadsheet, the formulas are important. Now, is it possible for me to work using the formulas of the spreadsheets in Python? Yes, it is possible. Say I want to set this formula to this cell, okay. So I just access that cell, sheet B9, you know how to access it, is equal to, and how do you write the formulas? You write the formulas by writing it as equal to sum of B1 to B8, B1 to B8, you can see. So this is what we used to do manually in a spreadsheet. Now your Python program can do that for you, okay, simple. I think this one I can demonstrate. So for demonstrating again I have to put the values and all, it will take time. Okay, let me skip the demonstration, it is not necessary. You people can do it by itself. Next, so this is another example. I think I can do this. Let me do this because it is interesting. I import this. It's already there. Let me not import it again. Creating one more workbook object. Getting the active sheet will be the default sheet. And then I want to assign 200 as the value for 200 as the value for A1 cell. Done. Now I want to assign 300 as the value for A2 cell. Done. Now I want to assign the formula to A3 cell. So sum of A1 and A2. Now without saving you cannot see anything. Now I'll go for saving it. It is done. Now you should find a file with the name write formula in you can see write formula here. If I open this, see, so this is 200 is the value that I wrote to A1, 300 is the value that I wrote to A2, and 500 is what? The formula. See, it has taken the formula is equal to sum A1 A2, and what you are seeing is the sum here. So just imagine automating the larger things like this, how beautifully it looks. Okay. Now, whenever I say this is the cell which is holding the formula right now. Okay. Now, on this cell, if I access the attribute value, what it gives me is the formula. It is not giving me the value 500. What it is giving me is what? The formula. What if I want to access the data? So if you want to access the data, this is what you have to do. See, so here this is normal thing what we did till now. So load workbook, and this is how much this much I used to write, and there was no additional parameter passed. In case if you are interested in accessing the value and you don't want the formula when you use the value attribute, then along with the file name you should also say data only is equal to true. By default it will be set to false. Now you have to make it as data only is equal to true, and then if you get it, see, now it is giving me the value 500. So instead of the formula, and this is giving me the formula because we don't have the second parameter data only is equal to true set. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is adjusting the rows and columns. So when I say spreadsheet, you should be sometimes we go for merging the cells, and sometimes we go for increasing the row height, decreasing the row height, increasing the column height. All these things we do. Now how do we automate that in Python? So you can see the small picture here. See the row height and the column width. So same thing. So sheet. So A1 I am taking, B2 I am assigning these two text. Now how do you set? There are two methods called as row dimension and column dimensions. Now if you want to increase the row height, so row dimension of 1, the first row, it applies to the entire first row. You can see here. What is this one is? First row. Height is 70. And column dimension, width I am setting. Okay, you can see this column B, width is set to 20. And I save this. This is how you get it. Okay, I will not go for demonstrating. Merging and unmerging of cells. Okay, see, this is merging. Now I want to merge from A1 to D3. So this is A1 and this is D3. See here, merge cells is the method. It merges from here to here. Now I want to merge only this C. What is that? C5 and D5. You can see here. Merging. So merging also you can do it very easily. So name of the method is merge cells, and you can also remember them easily because they go by the action what we do. So unmerging. Okay, I have merged a few things here. How do I unmerge? Again, the name of the method is unmerge, and you pass the cell range, it gets unmerged, and you save it. Okay, and then freeze the pane. Say for example, I have the huge number of rows, and this is the heading. Usually row 1 will be the heading. Now if I scroll, what will happen? The row 1 will move up, and it becomes very difficult for me to identify which field is under which header. So if I want to freeze this, I don't want this row 1 to move when I am scrolling. So you can do that by using the freeze, and I hope you people might have already done it by using in the spreadsheet, freezing the rows and freezing the columns, and the same thing can be done here also in the Python. Okay, and the module again that you need to import is the OpenPyXL, and the method is freeze panes. Okay, so you can just observe here, sheet freeze panes A2. So what it is going to do, it's going to freeze you the row 1, and similarly freeze panes B1. Now it's going to freeze you the column A. So if I just come back and show you, so if I give A1, it will freeze this first row. That means even when you are scrolling, the first row will not move. If you give it as B1, it will freeze column A. So this A gets freezed. That means when you are scrolling it horizontally, so the A, column A will not move anywhere. It will be there only. So this is from here it gets scrolled. And similarly, where is it? Okay. C1. So both column A and column B will be freezed. C2, row 1 and column A and B. Okay, so something like this. So this is the example. See here, I've given it as A2. Okay, so you can see that this is freezed, and if I scroll, this will be here only, and only these values get scrolled. Okay, even you can see this scroll bar also, it stops here and it will never go here till here. And then charts is the next thing. When I say a spreadsheet, so it is compulsory for us to discuss the charts. Okay, how do we put the charts and all? We'll discuss this in the next class. So this is the last topic in the working with spreadsheet using Python. Now after that, what you have is working with the PDF, okay, and the document files, doc files, or working with the Word files and working with the PDFs. Okay, we'll discuss that in the next class. We'll stop here. Let me take the attendance. Only 37 are present. Till 17,136 all are absent. Who? Yeah, 17. Yeah, I know that. So till, that's what I told. Till 17,136 all are absent. So Satyam is present. Okay, 165 is absent. 160 17 CS 206 absent. Now all 17 series are absent. Sridhar, are you there? Sridhar? No. Next is 18 till 103 absent. 103 is present. 124 is absent. 125, 126, 127 absent. 129, 130 is absent. 131 is absent. 32, 33 is absent. 34 absent. 36 is present. 36, 37 absent. 38 absent. 39, 141, 142, 143, 144 absent. 145 absent. Why many absent today? 146, 147 absent. 148 absent. 149 absent. 150 present. 151 absent. 153 present. 154, 155, 157 absent. 158 absent. 159 present. 159 is present. Next 60 absent. 61, 62, 63 absent. 64, 65 absent. 66, 67, 68 absent. 69 absent. 70, 72 absent. 73 absent. 74 present. 75, 76, 77. 78, 79 absent. 80, 81, 82, 83 absent. 85, 86 absent. 87 absent. 88, 404, 410, 411, 412. Okay, that's all. 412, 415 is absent. Okay, thank you all. Yeah, we'll